grandfather, grandmother, ancestors and elders, and sacred of Mother Earth. We come before you and humble ourselves. We kneel on the sacred knee of humility. Help us to let go of what we need to let go of and put down whatever needs to be put down, so that our walk and our way and the testimony that is expressed through the manner of how we live, how we choose to live in this world, to walk the good red road in a good way, to be men and women who embody and manifest the 7 sacred teachings. I pray that you would give us the opportunity to share our fellowship, invite people to come, sit with us, pray with us, enjoy fellowship together, and to enjoy and appreciate the safety and the security of our understanding of ourselves as children, your children. I ask that you guide us now. Hear our prayers. Hear the prayers that have been spoken today of family and friends, situations and circumstances we are dealing with at the moment. Where there is weakness, give us strength. Where there is sadness, bring us joy. Help us in all days and all ways find our way as we journey along this medicine way, walking the good road together, seeking and searching for the highest and best good of all things and all people. Hear us now. Be with us as we pray together. Amen. So we're talking about respect again today, and I wanted to share with you, Bill, when you think about respect, it can mean all kinds of things to different people. It may mean one thing for you, Amy, and another thing for you, Mark. But however those thoughts come together and the concept of respect comes together, respect is basically someone or something who is held in high regards. Means recognizing the worth and the value of other people, our friends, our neighbors, our relatives, and perhaps even and especially those that we don't get along with sometimes so very well. You can break it down, respect, into a few layers. First, there's just basic respect for human dignity. About acknowledging someone as a person with an inherent value with and among and in themselves but people of value who bring good things and good ways and good thoughts and good prayers to and for the people. Then there's earned respect. People often, the old ones used to say to me a lot, you know, respect has to be earned. You don't deserve it. You don't have a right to it, but it's something that you earn. And you are viewed upon in a character way that we are people who walk and stand often on that seven of the seven sacred teachings. Respect. And then there's also self-respect. This one I think is very, very important, which is how we value, how we see, how we understand, and how we interpret our self-value. Then there's cultural respect, which is how we engage with others in supporting their traditions or character, boundaries, and perspectives that may be different from our own. I do not have to agree with you, nor you have to agree with me for us to be in relationship with each other. Friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, neighbors, people that we care about, people that we choose to honor in our lives. So whatever we might find ourselves holding on to with much regard, it simply means looking at what is and recognizes its value and its worth. And then we will begin to think of ourselves with our individual strengths and unique gifts and our contributions to our community. All about respect. I like the part about respect for human dignity. Are there certain rights that we are entitled to as human beings? I think perhaps there are. And respect is one. You know, I look at how people relate to each other in this world today, particularly with the young people as regards their elder. What do you want, old man? What's your thought, old man, and all of this kind of stuff, and you say the wrong thing, and the next thing you know, you're in a fight somewhere. But it's when we begin to look into the heart, the human heart, and the spiritual side of who and what we were created to be. And when we look and acknowledge that we're all children of the same God, we all share that same relationship with Creator, no matter what He is called, no matter what He is taught about and talked about. It's the respect that is commanded from us when we hear and learn these things and make a certain commitment to walk this way, to live this way, to behave this way, all of which support the movement and the flow of the medicine wheel and the seven sacred teachings. I hope that we're beginning to see how all this connects together and where we fit in to this sacred circle, this sacred web of life, a way of living that we call the medicine way. What is the medicine way? It's anything that has power over you, or anything that you give power to over you. And that's a big pot, and it can hold a lot of things. And we have to do almost constant self-evaluation, checking in with ourselves and other people. Are we in integrity with so-and-so? Or am I in a good way with this person or that person? And when we find that we may be out of balance, then to respond to that immediately through heartfelt confession of what the wrong may be or may be perceived to be, and have conversation and dialogue and talk about our perceived differences. We can do this, and we do it through respect. We do it through honoring one another. We do it from honoring Creator and holding a heart of gratitude for Creator and all of Creator's helpers that have brought us this far in our journey. Thankful for and respectful of the sacred Mother Earth. It grieves my heart to come up here every Sunday morning and have to spend a few minutes picking up broken beer bottles out of the parking lot. That disturbs me. How can people love and respect and honor the earth when we treat it in such a shameful, disrespectful manner? The garbage that we throw onto the land is the garbage that we throw on to ourselves and to our neighbors. That which happens over here is not without its effect over there. And so if we do things fed through the seeds of respect and humility and honesty and courage and all of the others that we have yet to speak about and talk about, do we begin to find that aha moment, that epiphany moment, when the light comes on and we see how all this is connected together. And yes, it is progressive. It has a destination, but it has no beginning and no end. That's the paradox of this. We're in the process of learning, process of growing, in the process of learning how to behave in a way that is supportive of these 7 sacred teachings. Then there is respect for all within the human family. Does one deserve more respect than another because of where they live, or their political views, or religious views? I think we all deserve a certain, or at least have earned through our journey, if we walk it in a good way, what this means to feel respect for others, respect for the earth, respect for the land, respect for all of the creatures, inanimate and animate, in this thing that we call the circle of life. All things. The mosquito beings that irritate us when we're out trying to enjoy a quiet evening around the fire. The bee people. The bird people. I've got a little barn swallow couple that's beginning to make a nest up in the upper column of one of the posts on the building. And if it works out like it did yet last year, in a few weeks we'll have some babies flirting around up there. the beauty of all of that. All things, all beings. There's not anything that it really, other than when we start getting to talk about morality and different things such as that, that we can free ourselves to pursue a life well lived through each one of the seven sacred teachings. And the more we practice and the more we grow with and in respect for ourselves, for one another, and for the process of life, we have such a wonderful opportunity to reach out and connect with the energy and the life force of all things and all beings, not just us two-leggeds, but your four-legged beings as well. I hope he's getting adjusted. Are we getting closer? He what? Oh. But I think the one key for us to be aware of and use in an evaluative way as we progress through our lives is what is the level of our respect? What is the level of my respect? My respect for you, your respect for me, our respect for one another. It's easy, relatively easy to manage at this level. But when we take it to a cultural level, sometimes that brings up a whole new situation of things that we have to deal with, work out, and understand. So I think respect, when it is absent, we feel its absence. We don't feel somehow it's safe and secure. But when we know that we are treated and respected and loved with respect, then we can walk with our head high. We can walk with pride in who and whose we are. We never have to doubt that. We never have to doubt our relation in this cosmos that we call the universe. We know who is the creator, and we know he is our parent, or they are our parent. Think about how you protect and cover and fuss over your own children, or your own grandchildren, or your nieces, your nephews. And when I began to think about, when Creator loves me in that manner, all's pretty good with the world. And that's a realization that we come through and get to through the practice and the way of the seven sacred teachings. So today I'd like to encourage you to think about your life. Think about people that we come in contact with on a day in and day out basis. Are there places that we could help? Are there ways we can help those in need? Is there a way we can help those that are homeless? There are many possibilities of how we can contribute to the greater well-being of our culture and our neighbors and our relatives. And it's all about respect. When the world thinks about respect, as did Aretha Franklin in her song, Respect, find out what it means to me. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, yeah, baby. That's Queen Aretha's version of respect. But I don't want to be socking it to nobody when it comes to anything, you know. This is where we begin to learn what true and actual character is reflected by how we live out these seven sacred teachings. In and especially in our own community here. Let's think about respect today and what it requires from us. Are there areas in our life that we are deficient so far as our respect of other people are concerned? Sometimes that's challenging. But if we want to know the blueprint of how to live a good life and be in good relationships with Creator and our relatives, the earth, and all that dwells within the universe, and when we hold that in dearest and deepest treasure and respect, something that we would go to war for if we needed to. I'm not a believer in violence, but when certain rights are threatened and we stand to lose certain freedoms, I'm not necessarily encouraging anybody to get into a fight with someone, but you have to ask ourselves at some point, what is there worth fighting for? That doesn't mean necessarily going to war, going to battle, but just to stand up and respect and treat others with honor and dignity, recognizing the inherent and spiritual being and the integrity of that character when we walk and live as children of Creator. And in that idea, we, in all things, find that we are related. I hope that we're beginning to see how all of this just connects together and creates a beautiful foundation for who we are as seventh generation Native Americans. And I think that that's good medicine for us to be aware of. Respect means many things to many people, but we can determine that by how one treats others and how one treats themselves. So let's think upon these things today. And let's bring our thoughts and our concerns to the altar. I'm very certain that we all know what the sacraments here on our altar is and what they're for and what they're about. This is the place that we come and ask and make room for the help that we need to make changes and shift some things in our lives so that we grow stronger. And we grow wiser. So let us come now and make our prayer.